Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree. First things first, I do apologize for the background noise. It's hot as fuck. So the air conditioner is blowing, the fan is blowing. What am I going to do about it? Anyways, I do apologize for that, but I'll talk loud enough, not too loud as to disturb my sleeping sister, but loud enough to you can still hear what I'm saying, I hope. So, as the title suggests, I'm asking the question, were public service announcements ever effective? You know, when I was a kid, back in the good old 80s, as they say, we had animated television programs that were essentially toy commercials dressed up like cartoons. G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man, etc., etc. But because some people in the government and in the corporate world and in Hollywood, etc., kind of thought it was scummy to sell toys to kids using cartoons, they came up with this idea that they would bookend their animated commercials with a public service announcement that would teach children life lessons. Not every cartoon followed this formula, but it was pretty prevalent back in the day. And then we got the so-called war on drugs. And when that started and went into full force, we started getting PSAs on television outside of, at the bookend of our commercial, our cartoons. And we started getting them in our video games. You know, the little screen that says, winners don't use drugs. Even though you are playing Narc, which was a game about a drug detective cop going around murdering drug dealers? God, the 80s were a weird time. Anyways, let's sweep that under the rug. But, aside from the memorable line, this is your brain, crack the egg into the skillet, this is your brain on drugs, any questions? I cannot remember shit. Fuck all of those PSAs. None of them. I don't remember. I sort of had my memory jogged, about 10 years ago, when I went on a nostalgia critic kick and watched a whole bunch of what we now know as shitty-ass, scummy Doug Walker videos, where he would watch PSAs and commentate on them. But I've since, at the time it was like, oh, I remember that, but I didn't get the message when I was a kid. But I've since, swept those out of my brain because they didn't stick, and I no longer watch nostalgia critic videos. So, I'm gonna rubber stamp no, I don't think they were effective at all. One, all my friends who played those arcade video games that had the don't do drugs screen and who listened to the, Johnny Depp tell us not to smoke crack or whatever the fuck it was. Maybe I'm thinking of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy's Dead? When he was spoofing the PSA? Anyways, they didn't work. All my friends did drugs anyways. And aside from the fact that kids probably couldn't either make sense of what the message was, or because they were at the end of the cartoon and we had already moved on, we were no longer paying attention because it wasn't a part of the story, it wasn't a part of the action. Or because we were playing with our toys while we were watching the show, because that's what we did, because it was literally a toy commercial, obviously. I just don't think they stuck in our brains. I don't think they were effective at all.